my desires, my dreams, and my goals, I believe that they're all continuously coming into alignment with God's will for me.
This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good morning, Pastor Don Armstead. Previously, episode 1750 of the 12-Minute Convos podcast. It's been just 2 years, 1 month, 7 days, and 14 hours since we last recorded that conversation. That was then. This is now. Pastor, how are you doing today?
I am still incredible. Hey, man. How you doing, Angel?
I'm excellent. Thanks for asking. When we last spoke, wow, you were doing the Philippines trip, right? Helping individuals there. Oh my, I still cannot imagine the plane time that you would have done, but yet your servitude came through in that conversation. So what's up? What's going on?
Oh, gosh, man, there's a lot going on. I know, let's see, in that last conversation, I listened to it, and I remember I said I was working on a website,
Right.
and some things happened and I had because at that time I had an assistant and she got ill, and that just kind of threw everything to the side. So now I finally got my website up, and
Great.
Which I'm excited. It's the first time I ever built a website. I'm not as technically savvy as you, because when I grow up, I want to be like you.
I appreciate it. What's the website name though?
Oh, it's DWAFM.org. That's DWA Foreign Missions. And I'm pretty excited about it, though.
Yeah, I'm like, let me go take a peek at this.
Yeah, cool. It's my first, but yeah. I'm excited. And let's see, since I had just started a Facebook Live Bible study back then, a weekly Bible study, and it's still going on. So I'm thankful for the consistency of that. And since then, of course, I've been, I guess in that year, I made 2 trips in 2017 to the Philippines and came back in 2018 and then went back. So, and this year I was there for 4 months. 2019, I was there for 4 months. And it was incredible as always. However, the mission it's progressing because I am looking at building a headquarters over there. So I'll have a place to live, but also a place to facilitate transportation and living arrangements for other traveling missionaries and ministries.
There was an island. Is that the island where you were attempting to get electricity to? Is that the specific location?
Yes, and actually, it's not on the island because the island doesn't have electricity, and I can't live like that. But I am positioning myself at where in a bay where there's the dock where we go to the island because it's a 3-hour boat ride.
Wow.
And so I'm positioning myself to where it's more convenient for us to get to the island. And as the vision continues to expand. So as we continue to minister to the people of that island and with our medical mission, which is really the big, what has evolved into the big gift that we do to serve the people on the island, I see it being patterned for duplication, to replicate the whole process and do the same for other islands, because the Philippines is 7,600 plus islands. And they know about people that live on at least 2,000 of them.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So, and there are a lot of other undiscovered, unspoiled places there, but people who are in need. And as far as the electricity is concerned, the managers of the island, when they discovered that through my research that we were planning on providing electricity, they decided that it was a good thing for them to do. And so they're supposed to be working on that. And when they get that done, we'll actually be able to provide a facility where we can really provide, more consistent care, because it's just so limited what we can do. It makes a difference. It makes a big dent in things, but it's just so limited.
You've dove into something. I did it to some level, but I guess you never see it when you're doing it, right? But from my perspective, so you said that in order for my dreams to materialize, I must first invest in the dreams of others.
Yes.
It's a great statement, right? And yeah, you could have done that right in the US, but you've really dove into that. How does it make you feel, like looking at the results that have come from that life? And again, something that you said as well, like obedience is your responsibility and God is responsible for results. So have you seen that accurately bear fruit?
Yes, I have. I'm excited. The relationships are the jewels of this journey. I've seen God remind me of prayers that I forgot that he didn't forget. Like when I was 13 and growing up in church, and I heard that Jesus isn't coming until everybody has heard the gospel. And I kind of panicked. And I said, wait, what about the people on the islands and in the jungle and in the mountains? What about those people? Who's going to reach them, God? And so in 2015, when I was 49, 2015, I was in the China Sea after baptizing 21 young people. And the Lord reminded me, you remember that prayer you prayed?
Wow.
And so it's just, and that's the thing where it's like really allowing the Lord to order our steps and not being so regimented, but actually embracing life, loving God, loving people, and allowing that to push you into your tomorrow. And that's where, it's like just a life of obedience, not a life of perfection, but a life of obedience positions you for God to do what he wants to do.
How much has it impacted your life? If you run a parallel to who you could have been the salsa guy, right? Instructor.
Right.
You could have been possibly the musician, right? In any genre. When you run that parallel to what you've decided to do as a missionary pastor, how much has this impacted you?
Oh gosh, it just reminds me of what it means to really surrender to God, how I have surrendered my plans, my goals and my dreams. I gave up all of that, including my personal space, and I've watched God take everything that he has given me as far as a talent, as far as a skill set, take it all and basically reuse it, repackage it and use it in
repurpose,
ministry. Exactly. Yes. And so I mean, my life it's very fulfilled. I have a peace that I did not have before. And it just continues to grow. It continues to increase. It's really hard to describe.
And yet, it is so easy to identify when listening. So I hear the peace, and I hear that you understand your calling, and that brings with it a filling, right? Like it's like you're hungry, living this life, not knowing what's your calling, and then you understand, yes, this is my calling.
Yes.
And there's just this contentment is the word that I'm looking for.
Yes, because it's like you're living in purpose, living in your purpose, so that it's like a lot of the anxieties of life and the meaning of life and why am I here? A lot of questions are answered, and some of them they may never be answered until till we're out of here. But what has happened is it's like my desires, my dreams, and my goals. I believe that they're all continuously coming into alignment with God's will for me, and in doing so, it's like I give him what the little that I have, and he takes it, and he's able to do what I could never do by myself, what I could never do alone, what I could never do in my own self, in my own spirit, in terms of having fruit that are about changing lives and doing things that are lasting.
Legacy. I love it. Well, my friend, again, you've inspired the young man in the Caribbean, right, with what you're doing. I appreciate you tremendously. I really, really do. Really, really appreciate you coming back onto the podcast and sharing your journey and all that's going on. Where's the best place for people to follow you? Do I go to this awesome website that I'm seeing now, built by you, which is DWAFM.org, right?
Yeah.
To connect?
Actually, I think that my website at this point is the best place. On the website, you have all of my social media contacts, my email, there's a message line there, and it's just a lot of different ways to connect with me and follow my journey. So I think that is ideal.
All right, my friend. Well, again, it's been a pleasure. Before we leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Oh, for those of you who do know God and do pray, just keep me in your prayers as God just continues to develop the mission and the goals, because there are many countries that have invited me, and eventually I'll go to those places and just let God do what he wants to do. So it's just a journey of discovery. So I'm walking by faith every day. So just keep me in prayer.
I totally agree. Well, I'm keeping you in my prayers, my friend, getting you on my whiteboard. Again, thank you for all that you do. Pastor Don Armstead, thank you for being on What Is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. This podcast is produced by Pod Edits. Visit podedits.com for professional podcast publishing.